tits, bitch.
Hello, fiends and fiendettes. Welcome to episode 57 of the best horror podcast on 7voltmedia.com and the world. Scream Fiends. I'm your host, Alex, and with me once again is Russ.
Hey, boys!
That was loud as fuck.
Do it over.
If you're just joining us for the first time on this show, we talk about all the things going on in the world of horror. And if you are a long-time listener, you know we all oftentimes don't follow by any sort of guidelines, rules, or whatever the fuck we do. We just do whatever we want. Because that's how we roll. Super professional.
Super professional. We're recording on a...
We are doing our very first video episode
ever.
I don't know if this will see.
Should we say this is episode 57 and video episode 1, and just to give a separate number to the video one?
Why not? Why not? Get at us on Twitter at Scream Fiends. Let us know what you want us to watch, what you are watching, what you find is good. Good things are good, right?
Yeah, that's
how that works.
Yeah. Good things are good.
Yeah.
Well, good things are bad too, though. Like candy.
Sure.
Too much candy makes you sick. Apples. Too many apples make you feel sick. Friday the 13th, the game. Play
too
that
many
too
apples?
Much. Oh yeah.
Sometimes I eat a bag of apples at a time.
You cannot just make shit up.
I don't know what it is. Like sometimes I just have to like eat everything that. Like, if I buy a thing of food,
yeah,
I have to eat the whole thing. Otherwise, I don't feel fulfilled.
If you eat slower, you might feel fulfilled. Because I noticed, like, I couldn't take down 2 burritos today. I took down 1.5.
I took down 2.
I couldn't do it. It was too much.
It looks like I'm going to that fat camp.
Fat camp. Oh,
New episodes every Wednesday or Saturday. It's been on a Saturday streak, but
yeah.
Sometimes you get them on Wednesdays. Who knows?
You're gonna get one every week.
Yeah. We have a Patreon. You can donate your hard-earned money to this wonderful production. At the very least, you could probably buy us Chipotle, I think.
Yeah, buy us Chipotle.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
If we get $30 a month,
that'd be Chipotle.
One trip to Chipotle.
Yeah,
so let's see, what is that?
Well, I'm not doing 2 burritos ever again.
Okay, we need to make $120 a month in order to feed us Chipotle. 2 burritos.
3. We need to buy 3 at a time because I'm only ever going to get 1 again. I'm not going to try to eat 2 again.
Okay, so that's probably less money.
Yeah, like a steak burrito is what, like $7.25?
Maybe just get us $200 a month, and that will cover. That'll be good. We'll be set. We'll have our burritos. Yeah. That's all we need from you.
Maybe we'll save it 1 month and buy a better camera.
Yes, because right now we have a goal of $500. And then we'll start doing video episodes.
Well, because we could buy a video camera.
Yeah.
We could even shoot shorts.
Ooh.
We could do if we get like a decent camera.
Yes.
And like a decent editing software, we could do shorts.
Mm-hmm.
We could shoot shorts.
I like that idea. What was I gonna say? Oh, anyways, I feel like this is kind of cheating because I said we wouldn't make video episodes until we get $500 a month. But considering it's probably going to be a long time before we hit that, if ever.
If ever.
If ever. So, why not? Here's your $500 videos right now. All right, fuck this shit.
All right.
As we always begin, Russ, what have you been watching, playing, etc., etc., etc.?
Well, I was playing Friday the 13th, the game still, but that game has finally pissed me off to the point where I don't want to play it anymore. But it's not even the game though.
Yeah.
It's the people that play the game. I don't mind an occasional troll if it's funny.
Yeah.
What I hate is when you get these rooms with kids and then like the Jason will work with one of the counselors, or one of the counselors will be like, I'll tell you where everybody is if you don't kill me, and shit like that happens. So I went into tryhard mode.
What's that?
Well, that's what they called me because I killed everybody in like 4 minutes because I was really mad. So I picked the Part 3 Jason, which I've been told is overpowered. So I'm like, okay, I'll use him then.
That's the starting Jason, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's got a weaker sensibility, but he can run. He can teleport pretty quick. He's got an axe. But so I killed 3 people within the first like 2 minutes.
Nice.
Because I was just like, nope, you're all gonna fucking die. I'm so tired of playing in this bullshit.
There's a like a trick. I mean, not really a trick, but like it's once you really know like what you need to do to get to like the starting area where campers or counselors usually start out, you can generally pick people off pretty fast.
Yeah, it's the first couple are easy. It's when it's just a few left and they start like crawling around, then it gets a little hard, especially with Part 3 Jason because his sense range is smaller. So you almost got to be right on top of him to see him.
Yeah.
But yeah, that first guy, like I just was looking at the little sound blips you get as Jason in third person mode. And so I just face the sound blip, go to his morph ability, look at a cabin that's like the closest cabin.
Yeah.
Teleport right to it, and sure shit, dude was in there. And he didn't lock the door or nothing. So I just opened the door, hit him with the axe once, then grabbed him and smashed his head in the door in the first 30 seconds of the game. I think I might have stopped I probably could have done it faster if I wouldn't have grabbed the knife. I grabbed a knife or something, but just like blip, yep, ding, bum, bum, boom, dead. And it's just like, well, you're out of the game.
So do you usually go for like the grab kills or do you hack at people?
It depends. Mostly I go for grab kills because I feel like you should.
Yeah.
It's just some stupid like code or whatever you want to call it that I have. I feel like you
code of honor.
Like some kind of code of honor. Like you should do that because it's too easy otherwise. Because you can just run around and whack at them. That's easy.
Yeah, I mean, I get why some people just whack at people because if you get a pocket knife, you can break out of Jason's clutches.
Yeah, but you're not going to get away from Jason.
No, I mean, I've done it before.
I mean, I have too, I guess, technically. But that's
sometimes
if you're the only one left, you are fucked.
Sometimes it's like it's weird. Like I don't know what happens when Jason pretty much has you, and then they like get distracted or something. They don't chase after you. Like I don't know what happens with that. Like it's happened multiple times.
Where he goes to get you, and then what happens?
Where he like pretty much has me, and then
you break out or something.
I'll run away, and he won't follow me. Like all of a sudden he'll like morph away or something. I don't know if he goes after someone else or what's going on there.
I've noticed that. Like if I'm outside, if I get away, if I start sprinting away from him, and if it's like a Jason that doesn't run, for example, he'll stop pursuing me, and he'll go towards a house or he'll go towards a sound blip or something or try to morph. Yep. He'll see somebody kind of hiding around or something that he might be able to just kind of get the drop on.
Yeah,
but yeah, I don't know. I don't like I mean like. The man upstairs had the deal where he was playing as Jason, was about to get his, flawless victory, and the host just dropped out of the game.
Yeah.
Killed the whole game. So the game's got too many glitches and server issues and shit like that and generally just the internet being a pretty piss poor place.
Yeah.
Where people just can't, I guess technically I've been in more good games than bad, but just like the last couple there were just like shit, like just people doing dumb shit. I was hosting a game and I canceled it because a dude glitched into a tent so that Jason couldn't hit him. So he glitched through the floor.
Yep.
So he wouldn't lose. It's like, I'm not going to wait for 7 minutes because you cheated.
Right.
I don't need these points because I don't want to play this game anymore.
I think people are just generally bored with it. Like,
yeah, that probably is
they're
true.
trying to make fun for themselves.
I don't know
I
how.
think-
I don't know how playing a video game where you stand in a spot because you're stuck because you glitched it is fun. But yeah,
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
But just like I don't know that. I don't know. Some of the trolling can be fun though. Like it'd be funny. Like if a guy's driving a car and I go to open the door and he keeps pulling away or something, I could laugh at that.
Yeah.
You know, that could be funny. You know, but my problem is like when you're like busting your ass trying to survive,
Right.
and then to get shit on by a teammate because they're just being a prick or they shoot you. Like the one I got mad at first but laughed about later on was when the guy pulled over and let Jason pull me out of the car, then drove away.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that's kind of funny when I think about it. But when there was a guy just waiting at the police as Tommy Jarvis with the shotgun, and I was running to leave and he just shot me. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I went through, found the thing, called the police, snuck around, crept the whole way there, and then just got shot by a troll.
See, the whole like letting Jason pull you out of the car, that could almost be like a strategy.
Yeah.
Because then they can get away while Jason is dealing with you.
Yeah, because if he won't be able to teleport while he's going through his kill with me. You know?
Yeah.
But, so it was just, I think what made me mad is because it was one of those things where he was working with the guy.
No, okay.
And, like, the guy's telling Jason, because he's got a map, so he tells Jason where each counselor is. Because you can see each other on the map if you find a map.
Sure.
So,
So you think these people have, like, a private chat
yeah,
going outside of the game?
that'd be my guess.
Yeah.
Or I mean, they'll just tell Jason, like, I caught the one guy, he was just, literally, Jason was running over to him. He's like, don't kill me, man, I'll tell you where everybody is. So Jason stopped pursuing him, and he would tell him where he is, and he'd bounce back to him. And then he let the guy go.
That's awful.
And then when we got back into the room, he was like, I just felt so bad for him, I was going to let him live. I'm like, that's not how you play this game.
No.
It's like, well, he wanted Yahtzee, so I just let him have one. It's like, no, you got to roll for that. But it is what it is. So I know, like, between the trolling, the server issues, and things, it was a good attempt. It was a fun for a couple weeks. Not worth $40.
I think they'll add some cool things to it down the line.
Yeah, maybe.
Like,
Sure.
I don't know.
I don't know. Now with this,
We'll see. I
Yeah.
mean, we have it, and so maybe we don't play it for a while, but then
Come back to it.
whenever something comes out, I'm sure it'll be included.
yeah. Well, what I found out too, I guess a lot of people run private rooms with just their friends. I could
Yeah.
see that being hilariously fun.
For sure.
If we got all of us playing that game,
Yeah.
it would be hilarious.
I think so. If
yeah.
you want to play Friday the 13th with us, get at us on Twitter at Scream Fiends.
At Scream Fiends.
On PS4.
Yes.
We don't fuck with that Xbox or PC shit.
Well, we do, but fuck you, Xbox. I'm looking
Yeah.
right at you. Fuck you, Xbox. So I've been playing. Started playing Dark Souls 3 again.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of horror related. It's got scary.
I've
monsters.
been in this like Souls-esque like mood kind of.
Yeah.
Tried getting back into the Surge, but
Oh yeah, sure. What happened with that?
I don't know. I say I'm like, I feel like I'm in the mood for it, but then as soon as I start playing, I'm like, fuck this shit. Like, this is so annoying.
I get you.
But I mean, the Surge is really cool. I
thought the premise was kind of neat. I
Yeah.
played that demo. I felt like it was more sluggish than anything else I played.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't feel as refined as like a Souls game, but I actually thought about going back to Bloodborne because
Did you play all the DLC and stuff from that?
no,
Could do that.
yeah. I was hoping for a Bloodborne 2 reveal at E3, but
I don't think there's even any plans of that happening.
From Software's working on something.
Really?
Well, Armored Core is one of them,
Oh, okay, sure.
and then it's.
I would love that actually.
Yeah.
I've been having a bit of a mech itch lately.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So what brought you back into the Dark Souls 3?
I don't know. Just wanted something to play.
Yeah.
There's nothing really else going on video game wise that I have. So I'm just like, yeah, I'll go back to that.
Did you finish Horizon?
I should probably bring it back to you. I could go back to that. It's just when I got past the introduction of that game and it turned into a typical open world game,
Oh, it's not typical.
It was very typical.
Not
there
typical.
There was a guy, and he gave me a bunch of stupid mini game missions, and I was like, I don't want to play this game anymore.
Oh, it's so cool though.
Yeah. I
Um,
think what I need to do with that game is literally just beeline the story.
You
'Cause that's-
could, yeah.
That's what I like about it is
Yeah.
the story. I like the aspect behind that. Maybe do a couple of the side missions that are more exploratory.
Sure.
So I wouldn't mind exploring and like finding things, but it's like everything has got map barf on it, you know.
The I forget what they call them. The like the not caves, but like
the ruins.
ruins you go into to like get your so you can override more dino animals,
Yeah.
robot dinos.
Yeah.
Those are usually pretty fun.
I wouldn't mind that too, just to get some like just flavor
Yeah.
bits and pieces of things, you know.
Yep.
I like that first one you going through when you're playing as the character smaller, you know, as a child.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like going through like trying to figure out what had happened,
Mm.
you know. And so I like the idea, you know. And then I got to the part where you're in the mountain and they tell you kind of get a hint at who you might be, you know. And it's like,
Yep.
this is pretty cool. But once I got into that main open world, I'm like, fuck this. I do not. I also just played Nier,
Sure.
you know, for
sure.
open world stuff, and I'm still sitting on Big Game Hunter Zelda, or whatever you called it.
Oh, you got it for Wii U, didn't you?
Yeah, my brother picked it
Yeah.
up for me. Actually,
Yeah.
picked up that and Nier for me. He gave me money for my birthday to buy Nier, and then borrowed my Wii U and bought Zelda on it, and then he gave me my Wii U back. But
Yeah, I don't know. I talk a whole lot of shit about Nintendo, but a part of me is still like, if I ever see a Switch out in the wild, I'm probably gonna buy it.
I'd do it if I had the money.
Yeah.
I'd buy a Switch. I know there's a Monster Hunter coming up for that. There's one coming up for the PS4.
Yes, there is.
And Monster Hunter, I'm thinking, is probably my second favorite series. Castlevania is my first.
Yep.
And then Monster Hunter. Then everything else kind of fills in the
Oh
back end.
man, that Bloodstained.
Oh, the new Castlevania-esque game made by the same guy
Yeah,
that did
the
Symphony of the Night?
spiritual successor to Symphony of the Night.
How'd that look?
Oh man, it's so cool.
I don't even want to look at it. What's it coming out on? PS4?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's coming out on a bunch of things,
Sure.
but yeah, they showed a new kind of gameplay trailer at E3.
Hmm.
Oh man, it's gonna be so cool.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm excited to play that.
Yep.
I remember watching when they were trying to get money for it. They were doing like a live thing, and people could donate money towards, like, you know, if you spent $150, you got like this crazy special edition of it and stuff. It's like, oh, money.
Yeah.
Because I like that guy's work.
If you donate $150 to our Patreon, you won't get a special edition Bloodstained Ritual of the Night.
No. No, you won't. No, but yeah, so that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Did I talk about how I watched The Evil Dead?
Last week.
I know I did.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty much all I've been doing. Ash versus the Evil Dead.
Yeah, you showed me an episode of that.
Yeah, it is the greatest horror television series that has ever been created.
I might watch that, actually. After seeing one episode in the middle of its run,
Yeah.
I have no context at all of what's happening.
Yep.
And I was thinking, yeah, I might watch this.
There's so many cool like throwbacks to the original movies that it's just like the gore, and I mean Sam Raimi's fingerprints are all over it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's
Well, yeah, the gore was like, it looked, I mean, there was some obvious like CG blood, but there were a lot of it looked like,
yeah, for the most
conventional.
part, it's like nothing. I mean, I don't want to say nothing but practical effects, but it's very practical effect heavy, laden, whatever you want to say. I mean, they spruce it up with CGI, obviously, but yeah, there's tons of heads getting chopped off, tons and tons of blood.
Heads going into butts.
Yep.
That was gross.
That
was really tough to eat during that scene.
I liked.
Gross.
I liked how close Bruce Campbell's like chin was to the flopping dick.
Yeah, well, he mentions like, I'm gonna get your cock off my face. Or whatever.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Yep. So yeah, I originally left off when the first season was still airing. I went maybe like 5 episodes into it, and then I just stopped for some reason. And so I completely binged through the first season and started the second season, and I'm just like rolling through it.
Sure.
And then like I still got to get through the new Orange is the New Black. Got to start House of Cards.
So TV shows are like your bag, man. Like you can steamroll TV.
Oh yeah.
How often would you say you watch movies though? Like besides this?
I mean it depends.
Yeah.
Like what's available.
Sure.
I would say at least one a week.
I try to get in one a week.
Yeah.
I would definitely play more if I didn't play so many. I would watch more movies than play so much video games. But like I'm starting to get like tired of video games.
Yeah.
In general, I'm just like I'm just looking at them. I'm like, I don't feel like doing any of this.
Right. I kind of feel the same way. Like I keep putting a game in and being like, I just don't really feel like it.
I know. So I think what's nice about playing video games when you're kids that you don't have a job the next day.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
don't
like,
get a job, kids.
Yeah, it's like it's like the kids like having kids doesn't affect it because I just play after they go to bed. But it's like I know I got to be up in like 6 hours.
Yeah.
And so it's like I could stay up for 2 more hours and get 4 hours of sleep. But it's like I can't do. I'm old. Can't do that anymore. And it's just like, and I'm looking at a bunch of old games. I think I'm just gonna go through my shit and just start selling it.
I don't know. I think it's just like the games that are, I mean, hit or miss for me. Like Horizon, I literally spent like 2 days straight playing that game.
Yeah.
And so like there are games that come out that are where I'm
That'll
like,
hook you.
I'm just Destiny 2 is coming,
Yeah,
and I assume that's going to be.
I wonder if my problem is anxiety right now because Destiny 2 is coming out. Like I wonder if I'm just so anxious. Not like anxiety, like oh my god, whatever, but like I'm anxious for this game to come out that I just can't enjoy anything else.
Yeah, because nothing else really
matters.
Yeah.
Metallica song.
Yeah.
And nothing else matters.
Burn,
that's not how he sings, but I sing better than him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whiskey in the jarro here.
Oh yeah.
It's like Randy Savage. But fuck. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, other things I want to do horror related. Like I want to play more tabletop shit. And like I found a bunch of shit in a box. It was a bunch of castles from the Ravenloft box set. So I found a bunch of the castles that I thought I'd lost. I'm like, sweet, I didn't know these were here.
Huh.
And so I'm gonna.
I really, really want to play Slasher Flick.
I want to play the fuck out of that too. I didn't play it last time. I listened to you guys play that shit.
Yeah.
And listening to Jason play his characters was hilarious.
I think the final episode of that series is still like the highest like listened to episode throughout 7 Volt Media.
Yeah.
That was a fantastic.
It was just
fantastic
when he walked in with that dead chick, and just like everybody started blaming him for killing her. Yeah. It's like, what do you think was gonna happen?
Oh my god, that whole argument with Jason about like freaking going out in the woods, like.
Well, he had to go out in the woods though.
Yeah.
Because like, didn't the game mechanic make him do that?
I don't know. It was like. What was he doing? He was like moving a body?
Well, yeah, because like some girl got killed out there.
Yeah.
And then he found the body.
Right.
And picked it up. It's like, never move the body. no move the body, but he was trying to do like the nice thing and bring her back.
Right,
I get what he was doing.
Yeah.
But it's just like, you're in a horror shit, which is actually probably better on his part because he's playing his character. Whatever. Like he's playing his character.
Sure.
Like the chaotic good or whatever he was doing. But it's just like, oh my God. It's like, how do you not metagame the fuck out of this? It's like I would try to survive as best I can.
The better question is, how am I so good at these games?
Yeah, I mean, so I got really good at playing Jason Friday the 13th. But I got good. You started good.
But, I mean, you realize I survived Slasher Flick.
Yeah.
My character survived Slasher Flick.
Yeah.
And clearly, my character, Seth, was the greatest character ever created in a Dungeons and Dragons campaign.
I actually have to applaud Marcos for allowing a chaotic evil character in a generally good campaign. If you would have been like, yeah, I'm chaotic evil, I'm like, no, not doing that. Because the chaotic evil characters do exactly, you played your character perfectly. That is exactly how a chaotic evil person would act. I mean, 'cause you were crazy too at the same time.
I've said some shit on 0xp where it's like, I probably don't want the general public to like hear that, but like me playing Seth goes far beyond any sort of human decency.
Yes, I mean, Seth was a terrible person.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to admit that I liked me and Aaron's characters just like back and forth with that chick's shit ain't right. It's like just bad shit. And I love like the dynamic. Like he started off just like being mean to Jason's character.
Yeah.
And then your character just was infatuated with Jason's character, and then you tried to become Jason's character. It's like, this is the perfect chaotic evil character. It's like you're just getting in the way constantly with like the mission. It's just like that's what a chaotic evil character would do, which is why you don't let chaotic evil characters in a non-evil campaign. If I was running an evil campaign, I probably wouldn't let a chaotic evil character because they're just nuts. See, like in Dungeons and Dragons, you have the Tenari and you have the what do they call the devils? The Batezu. See, back in the late 80s, early 90s, TSR, they didn't put devils and demons because they didn't want to scare Christians. Because the Christians were coming out, their game's evil.
TSR.
That was who originally made Dungeons and Dragons before Wizards of the Coast bought it. So they changed it to Batezu as the devils, which they're lawful evil. They're rank and file lawful evil things.
But they're demons?
But they're devils.
Devils.
Demons are the chaotic evil crazy batshits. They just want to watch the world burn.
Okay.
And the devils want to control the world. So the devils will invade the material plane and try to make a stronghold and take over. Whereas the devils will just come in and burn shit and then will go away and then come back and burn some more shit. They're just crazy. So, but yeah. So, yeah, you're a fucking Seth character, man. Just bad shit crazy.
All right. We have some news.
What do you got, man?
Big Trouble in Little China.
Big Trouble
is getting a 4-part comic book series.
Who's doing the artwork?
I don't know who's doing the artwork, but John Carpenter is writing. He's co-writing.
With?
You psycho. I don't know.
He's co-writing.
I don't look at facts.
Yeah, fuck facts.
I'm not a journalist.
Well,
but anyways, it's going to be called Big Trouble in Little China, Old Man Jack.
Okay.
So they're doing like a Old Man Logan.
So this is like a kind of like a spoof on that kind of thing? Well, Old Man Logan's already happened, right?
Yeah.
Are they doing another version of that?
Well, no, it's Old Man Jack. It's like, it's set in the year 2020, I believe. So I think it's like, I don't know, when did Big Trouble Little China take place? The 80s?
I think so. So
yeah, it's like 40 years later.
Because, I mean, he set, Escape from New York in the future, and what was that, 1997? What?
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't read comics, so
I'd be interested. Who's publishing? Do you know who the publisher is? If it's
No.
going to be like DC, Dark Horse, Marvel.
I don't know any of that.
Well, wait a minute. Nah, I don't know. I may check that out.
I mean, it's a 4-part series. It's not like a big investment.
No.
So
I'd like to see who the artist is first, though. That even if it's got good writing, if the art sucks, I won't read it.
yeah. I mean, they have the first issue cover, I believe, at this point.
Sure.
That artwork. But I haven't seen anything else of it.
Sure.
But
I grabbed up the Dark Souls collection of comics. Like they did a comic collection thing. It's just a little small thing. Fucking hate it.
Didn't maybe Eli Roth just did the commercial? I think Dark Souls, was it Dark Souls 3 or 2?
That did what?
He like directed a commercial.
Oh, I'm not sure.
But I didn't know if maybe he had a hand in the comic as well. I don't know. Let us know, dear listener, watcher.
But yeah, so
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, cool. I'm
Yep.
I want to check that out.
I really like Big Trouble in Little China. Like that, it's
a
another
great
one of those
movie.
movies that I would rent all the time, watch it over and over again.
Dude, the song
Yeah.
Big Trouble. That's John Carpenter singing that part.
Oh, really?
Yep. And then the
Nice.
part that goes, in Little China. That's Michael Myers.
No way.
Nick, was that guy's name Nick Mason? No, that's
No.
the drummer from Nick Google. Give me a second, I'll figure that out. But yeah, he sings the high pitch. There's a video of it. Have you never seen the video?
No.
What? Oh.
So this news, I'm not looking forward to this because The Conjuring 2 is terrible.
Nick Castle. Sorry.
Nick Castle, yes.
Oh, Conjuring. Yeah.
But it has been confirmed that The Crooked Man is getting its own spin-off movie.
I heard about this. First you had Annabelle, then The Nun. Now you have The Crooked Man.
Yes. See, I think The Nun will actually be kind of cool. But this Crooked Man, like...
What? So I didn't watch any of the Conjurings on purpose.
Yeah.
So what's The Nun?
The Nun is just like this spirit that is haunting one of the psychic ghost people. I forget their names. The Mr. and Mrs.
Okay.
And she like keeps having visions of this nun. And I don't think it has anything to do with the case they were on at the time. I don't know. It's dumb as fuck. I watched Conjuring 2 on an airplane, so maybe that's why I don't. Well, plus, and it takes place in Britain, which I don't know. British accents are just bothersome. They're
Sure.
problematic to me. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm meh.
But this tall man, I mean, he at least looks...
Crooked Man.
Crooked man.
Try again.
Crooked man.
There. No.
Crooked man.
Man. There you go.
Man. Mon. Crooked man.
The Crooked Man.
He looks cool. Like he's all
Crooked?
dangly and like they got that guy that always plays like the weird like stretched out tall creatures.
The guy that played Pan in Pan's Labyrinth?
Yeah, I think not Pan, but I think he was the guy with like
hands?
the
The eyeball
eyeballs
hands?
in the hands. Yeah, maybe I'm probably wrong about that.
That guy was cool.
But
How do you have a hand like this?
yeah, and then he
He would eat children.
yeah.
Pan's Labyrinth was cool. Did you see that?
I did.
I liked that.
I saw it at the Uptown Lagoon.
Cool. Did Guillermo del Toro direct that? I know he made The Monsters.
Yes,
Cool.
he did.
I like his movie.
The Orphanage, he didn't direct,
Okay.
I think. It was just a production.
But yeah, okay.
Yep. And speaking of the whole Conjuring universe, apparently Annabelle the Creation is going to make sense. The director acknowledged, he acknowledged that how can Annabelle the Creation be an origin story when we already got an origin story with Annabelle? And he's like, oh, okay. Don't worry, folks. It's gonna make sense. It's gonna make sense. Once you get to the end of Annabelle the Creation, it's gonna make sense.
Sure, but it doesn't mean I'm gonna care.
No.
Fuck all those movies.
And secondly, no, it will not make sense because how could it?
My guess is they'll be like the doll was evil from the beginning. See, it's gonna be there would be a serial killer.
Okay.
Right? I think I know what Annabelle is. So there's a
Okay.
serial killer, right?
Yep.
And he gets chased into a toy factory,
Oh.
right? And then he gets like
There's like a thunderstorm going on.
He gets like shocked, and like his soul goes into Annabelle,
Oh.
and that's what happens.
Yep. He bleeds on it.
Yep, you don't bleed on anything. That's the rule.
Mhm.
I mean, anything. It'd be the sticker. The sticker. If I bled on the sticker and then died,
You would become the sticker.
yeah, and the sticker would you'd wake up every morning and the sticker would be on your nutsack. And it would be like super tacky, so it would take you like 20 minutes to like rip this thing off your
Yeah.
sack every day.
Oh, I love
That's
it.
what I would do if I was a sticker ghost.
I love it.
Well, you'd like that?
Don't go away.
Damn.
Yeah.
I think of something you want, like on your nips, on your nipples.
Yep.
But yeah, so I don't know. I don't like Conjuring. I mean, I didn't see the Conjuring. I saw Annabelle, and if like that is any indication at all what those movies are like, I know I won't like them.
Oh, it is. I mean, they're a little bit better than that,
Sure.
but not by much.
It's like that whole thing. There's like tons of found footage looking things. They're all kind of like, because isn't okay. The Conjurings are all related, right?
Yep.
With Annabelle
Yep. And the Nun
and
the
Nun
Crooked Man.
and the Crooked Man. Isn't there something else too that's related to them? Insidious or something? Insidious? Or was that just similarly themed?
Well, it's another James Wan joint.
Yeah, see,
But
that guy's
I
just shitting movies out.
I don't think they're in the same universe.
Okay. What
I
about
could be wrong.
What about like Paranormal Activity and all that shit?
No. See, I'm trying to think of. I know I keep on passing by it on Netflix or Hulu or one of those things. The Ghost Dimension, and I can't remember if I've seen it. Like I feel like I've seen all of them, but I think the last one I saw was that the marked ones. Was that the like Latino one?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I don't know if I've seen the Ghost Dimension. I think that's where they're like the little girls.
Okay.
Like it's a way prequel.
Sure.
So
So I want to talk about Netflix.
okay,
Fuck. I mean, there's nothing on Netflix,
it's pretty bad lately.
which is like
Besides like their original shows.
yeah. Besides, the original shows are great, but like.
Yeah.
Well, most of them, and some of them I don't care. But there was one movie I watched that had something to do with these ghosts and like military.
Oh, I remember you talking about that.
I didn't like
yeah.
that. But I got a wall of movies,
Mm.
and I could just like I could watch any of those, but I always turn Netflix on thinking, well, what's on here? I know what's on there. They don't change it that often. It's like once a month, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, why don't I just watch? That's right. That's why I started. That's like recently though. I pulled Evil Dead off the wall. I pulled The Brood off.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm trying to get away from Netflix because there's not anything on there. Amazon has shit, but you gotta like. There's always like a paywall.
Yeah. Sometimes you don't really know if you got to pay for it before. Like you find something cool and you're like, yes, I'm gonna watch this, and then it's like, nope.
Oh, you want to
Nope,
try your
you gotta-
2 week trial of Blue Moon or whatever that is? Not Blue Moon.
Blue Apron.
Nope.
God,
Full
I hate
Moon.
that shit.
Full Moon.
Oh yeah,
There's
yeah,
like
yeah.
the Full Moon one. There's the Blue
Yep.
Anchor one. That's the one I was thinking of. Anchor Bay, not Blue Anchor. Anchor Bay has one, I think. Blue Anchor, but so I'm just gonna start watching my movies that I own. Go fucking figure, because I just want to watch more horror shit. Like I bought Phenomena a couple weeks ago and I haven't watched it yet. I want to watch that. You have seen that one.
I don't think so.
We're gonna do
Phenomena?
that one. We're gonna watch that one.
Have you ever seen Tenebra?
Yes.
Is that any good?
Yes, it's been probably 8 years since I've seen it,
Hmm.
but I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Everything that came out of that era with Argento, I liked. I especially like Inferno. A lot of people get mad at me, but in the trilogy, that might be my favorite one.
You know,
I gotta watch Suspiria again. See, I
that,
haven't seen Suspiria in a long, long time.
that Radiohead guy,
Tom York is making.
Tom York. Yep.
Heard about that.
And he says the remake's gonna be all scary. It's gonna be all spooky and scary.
So, how do you go from Goblin
To Tom,
to Tom
York.
I like Radiohead. I'll be honest.
I don't. I don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't mind Radiohead. I like Radiohead. They make some crazy, weird sounds with their guitars and stuff. I like
No.
their sounds.
Nope, it's not good.
Okay, I'm not going to argue with you because you're probably right. And I don't know why I like them. But
I just remember when Kid A came out.
Sure.
And everyone was freaking out about it, like,
I think
oh my god, it's so good.
That album is
And I
garbage.
listened to it, and I was like, what the fuck is this shit?
No,
Like, this is not good.
No, I don't like that album. I liked the
Ugh,
earlier. Like, I liked...
terrible.
I think I just like OK Computer, honestly. It's kind of like anime. I thought I liked anime. I just like Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
I thought I liked Radiohead. No, I just like OK Computer. Actually, I like Hail to the Thief, too, though. I like that album, too.
I like Creep.
That's a good song.
I like that song.
Sure.
That's all I like. But, Cowboy Bebop, they're making a
I heard.
live action adaptation. Yeah.
Man,
Yep.
that's kind of neat.
Uh-huh.
So it's like, who do you cast, right?
A corgi?
Well, yeah, that's easy. Yeah, you gotta get a corgi, but like, who do you like? Because my wife told me about this. Like, who do you cast? For Faye, I immediately thought this is bad. Immediately, the first person came to my head was Scarlett Johansson. She's got the breasts for it, you know, the boobies for it, you know, she's chesty, but she's got that. She can do that pixie cut thing,
Sure.
you know, and she's got like full lips and kind of an upturned nose deal. She looks like Faye Valentine.
Yeah.
Who plays Spike? I have no fucking clue.
Hmm.
I don't have the slightest.
Who, I don't know. That's a good...
Who plays Jet? Bruce Willis.
Oh, I can see that.
No, I don't
Yeah.
think Bruce Willis. Well, maybe.
Segue. Bruce Willis.
Sixth Sense 2.
Nope.
Oh.
He's in Eli Roth's Death Wish
Oh.
remake.
I thought I heard about that. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
He's Charles Bronson's good old character. He even has a mustache.
Bruce Willis with
Is
a mustache.
is definitely not as fabulous as Charles Bronson's, but
You know what they
You
should
know.
have got instead of him? Nick Offerman. Could you imagine Nick Offerman from Parks and Rec playing
that would have been amazing. Oh my
Nick
god.
Offerman as that guy?
Yeah. Nick Offerman is more Charles Bronson than Bruce Willis. Even though I really like Bruce Willis,
I
I
do
think
too.
that it will be good. But at the same time, it's like we've seen Bruce Willis as this character so many times.
Yeah. The
It's like
brooding
it's
badass.
not really like a proper tribute to Charles Bronson.
Sure. I mean, and the only reason I'm just thinking about Nick Offerman and that fucking mustache.
Yeah.
But I would like after seeing Danny McBride play a serious character,
Hmm.
it'd be kind of interesting to see Nick Offerman play a serious character.
I agree. But yeah, it sounds like it's going to be like nice and bloody, gory,
Oh yeah, it better be.
blowing people away. So, and I've talked about it before where Eli Roth generally doesn't disappoint. Like,
Yeah.
he has some mediocre stuff, and
Who doesn't?
you may not like the torture porn of the
Don't like the
Hostels,
torture
whatever.
porn.
But
You know what I do like about Hostel though, is that it inspired Martyrs.
Martyrs is God.
That's one of my all-time favorites.
God. Yes, Martyrs is God.
Dear martyrs, thank you for this meal.
Yeah.
Chipotle.
Now you made me think of the frickin' Martyrs American remake.
See, I don't have that problem. It is trash. It is it is a trashy travesty.
Trashy travesty.
It makes me just like, are Americans that fucking dumb that they have to do this to all of our movies? Like when they bring a movie over, I mean, who's the director of Funny Games? He was able to do a shot-for-shot version of Funny Games.
Yeah.
And it was fine. It was great.
It was the same guy who made the original.
Sure, but like, if somebody's like, hey, we want to have an American version of the Martyrs, would you direct this? I'm like, I'm going to do a shot-for-shot remake. Well, what if you changed it? No. Have you seen the movie? Well, no, we just got... No, okay, it's just... Come here. Come here, Mr. Producer movie guy. Come here, Hollywood. Watch this movie. Well, this isn't going to sell anything. Exactly. That's why we have to... but
yeah. All right, along the same lines of since we're on this remake train, I don't know if you saw it, but the Flatliners trailer was revealed.
I did not see the trailer, but I saw a screenshot of the girl in Hard Candy.
Ellen Page.
That's the one.
Yes.
It's her, right?
Ellen Page is the Kiefer Sutherland role.
Okay.
And, it doesn't look absolutely terrible.
Sure.
I'll say that. But, I mean, look at the original. You had Kiefer Sutherland, Kevin Bacon. That's two. Kevin Bacon.
Kiefer Sutherland. Kevin Bacon.
Julia Roberts.
What? Julia Roberts.
You can't. I mean, that's like the trifecta of the 1980s.
So who could you do in the 2010s?
Ryan
Gosling.
Ooh.
Ellen Page. And
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
See,
I would not include Ellen. I like Ellen Page, but
Amanda Seyfried.
No.
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah. No. Kate Beckinsale.
Kate Beckinsale.
Kevin Bacon.
Kate Beckinsale.
Kiefer Sutherland.
You could just bring them back.
Yeah.
Just bring back Julia Roberts.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah. I mean, Kate Beckinsale is a very, very pretty.
Emma Roberts.
Oh, she looks like how cat pee smells.
No, she doesn't.
No, that's a celebrity mean tweet thing. Did you see that?
Oh, yeah.
That was one of the funniest ones I watched. She read. I can't remember her reaction to it now, which makes me mad. I want to say that she was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Or something. I can't remember.
But, yeah. I don't know. It's going to fail miserably, I'm sure. But, I don't know. Flatliners was great. Don't you agree?
No, that's not that good.
John Landis had this really great interview about the Dark Universe, concerning the Dark Universe.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, how he
did one horror movie. Give me a break.
Yeah, but it's the greatest werewolf movie ever made.
Better than Wolfman?
Yeah.
It had a good transformation scene. I'll give it that.
So, I mean, he talked about, like, respecting the monsters. And by casting Tom Cruise and Russell Crowe, it's like, it's no longer a mummy movie, a horror movie. It's the Tom Cruise show.
I agree, actually, with that 100%.
Yeah.
I heard that movie flopped.
Yeah, but the international market is making it not that much of a failure.
Okay.
Kind of saving this whole Dark Universe
So
thing.
financially it's successful, but still it's getting hammed or something? Or?
Yeah. Apparently it's more action than anything else. Like,
see, that's not horror.
No.
That's what see, this is what's happening in America. They're turning horror movies either into fucking bullshit found footage shit, or they'll take or Conjuring movies, or it's an action movie with a monster in it.
Yeah.
Fuck this.
I mean, I would take a found footage over action any day.
A found footage mummy? That could be kind of interesting, where it's
Yeah.
like a crew and like what they're going through.
Mm.
You know, I mean, not all found footage is bad. It just seems like it's like a go-to staple now. But.
Right. I mean, it's no longer. It's back to like if you do a found footage film, it's not like getting lost with 100 different other found footage films, like when Paranormal Activity was getting big.
Yeah.
Um,
See, yeah, I agree with Landis on this though. You want to have some fun with Landis though? Type in Landis, Carpenter, and Cronenberg interview. Look that up.
You posted something like that on the Facebook.
Yeah, it's a great interview. I actually tried posting it as 7-volt, and I couldn't figure out how to get that to work. But yeah, it's a great interview. Like Landis is like, he's even at one point like, why do you guys even have me here with these guys? Kind of thing. He's like, whatever. But it's kind of cool too. Like the guy kind of like tries to sum up Cronenberg's career with the head. It's like your whole career is basically that head explosion. It's everybody knows that head explosion, and Cronenberg handles that question really good. But I've noticed that John Carpenter just looks annoyed to be alive. Like he just seems to be annoyed wherever he is. Like
he's he's a rock star now. He's traveling around doing his synth.
Yeah, my buddy got to see him.
Oh,
That'd be cool.
That would be cool. So rounding this out here, we got some E3 big reveals. Exciting stuff going on here. Evil Within 2. October 13th.
Whatever. Just kidding. I want to play that first one really
Oh
bad.
my god.
I haven't done it yet. Want to trade PlayStation 4s for a little bit? Because don't you have it? You don't
have it on Steam.
Oh, you have it on Steam. Okay, we can do
If you get
that.
into that whole
We can share.
family share thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I need to play that.
It is awesome. Better than Resident Evil 4. Take my word for it.
Ooh. Think so?
Yeah, it is more horror.
Okay.
It's more survival horror.
Okay, that's better because Resident Evil 4 is more shoot zombies.
It still has its action moments,
Sure.
but it is more survival horror than anything else. But it's very strange. I would say it's almost like a Cronenberg body horror type thing.
Cool.
But yeah, it has Jennifer Carpenter, who was on Dexter.
Okay.
Dexter's sister.
Okay.
Morgan.
From Chuck?
Huh?
What?
No, I think her name was Morgan.
Oh, on the show. Sorry.
No, Dexter Morgan. What was her first name?
Sabrina.
Something like that.
I didn't watch all of Dexter.
Deborah.
So.
Deborah Morgan. Yes. She is a voice in the game.
Cool.
And I actually can't remember how it ended.
Better play it again.
Yeah.
There you go. Now you got something to play.
Yeah. I did start playing it again, but then I stopped because, like we talked about,
Video games just aren't holding us our attention anymore.
Then The Inpatient is a VR game
Ooh.
made by Supermassive.
Tell me, is it coming out on PSVR?
Yes, it is. It's a PSVR exclusive.
Oh,
and
shit.
it is a prequel to Until Dawn.
Oh.
7-Volt Media's Game of the Year 2015.
That's not true.
Yeah.
That didn't get Game of the Year.
Yeah.
Did it?
Yep.
I thought it got, like, horror movie game of all time. No, it got, like, third.
Oh, it got that too.
No, I think it got third on that. I think Resident Evil 2 got all-time horror movie game. Or horror game.
I don't know. I don't think so.
I looked it up before I look it up again.
Until Dawn, Game of the Century.
Until Dawn.
So this is a prequel set 60 years prior to the events of Until Dawn.
Say again, how many years?
60.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah. So it takes place in the mental asylum.
The one that you play in?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So I don't know if it has to do with like the miners where like they're doing the experiments, the Wendigo. But yeah, it should be cool nonetheless. I think VR is a perfect fit for an Until Dawn game. So we'll see where that goes.
I like this idea.
Yeah.
I like that little bit of back history you get.
And I think that about wraps it up. We're getting pretty far into this episode, so
Okay.
let's do it.
What do we watch this week?
This episode's movie of the week is 1993's The Good Son.
Hey, Mark. Don't fuck with me.
This one is starring Macaulay Culkin as Henry, Elijah Wood as Mark, Wendy Crewson as Susan, and David Morse as Jack. It was written by Ian McEwan.
McEwan, not McKellen.
Ian McEwan. And directed by Joseph Rubin. Yeah. So this movie has like this weird, almost like
John Hughes, like
ABC Family, like credits. It's like just a black screen with white
font, and the font looks playful as fuck.
Yeah, it's almost like a Comic Sans.
Yeah, almost.
Not quite that comic-y,
Yeah.
but yeah, like really like
It looked
playful. Like
so, the first part of this movie was every '90s kid, a coming of age kid movie. The first chunk of this movie, every one of those movies.
The music is all like, I don't know, how do you describe that? What's that? Like jingly,
Uplifting.
like uplifting, like your typical '90s like
The best way to describe this
feel
movie,
good, like
there is a video online of The Shining as a trailer, but it's like they did it the trailer. They added different music and recut a trailer of it to make it look like a funny family movie. And it's that music. It's the music that would make The Shining look like a funny, happy family movie. So
yeah. So then we get Elijah Wood's character Jack is like standing.
Elijah Wood's character's name was Mark.
That's what I said.
You just said Jack.
Did I really?
Yeah.
Check the video.
You said Jack.
All right.
You said Jack.
Mark is standing on a rock. They're in like New Mexico or
That's my
something
guess.
like that.
New Mexico or Arizona.
Yeah.
Someplace with like a desert.
Yeah, it reminds me of like the Grand Canyon. Like lots of rockish type things. Things that stick out of the ground.
Yeah.
And it's like sunset. He's reflecting.
Yep.
And soon we will find out what he's reflecting on. Then we get to him playing soccer. It's a soccer game. Elijah Wood is kicking some balls.
And then, what's that guy's name?
Jack.
No.
David Morse.
David Morse.
Now, David Morse is a guy, an actor that, like, he's one of those actors that you've seen 100 times in 100 different movies, but you can never, like, you wouldn't be able to, like, put a name to his face.
Nope.
He was in that Shia LaBeouf Domestic Disturbance? No.
Oh, is it the one where, like, his neighbor's, like, a crazy person? Yeah.
Yeah.
He was also in, Michael Bay's The Rock.
Yes, he was. Yeah, he's one of the like SWAT team people, right?
Well, he's one of the bad guys.
I thought he was.
He's Ed Harris's right-hand man.
Ah, that's right.
But
it's been too long since I've seen The Rock.
Should we do The Rock next week?
Maybe we should.
I mean, it's not terror, but it's terrible.
It's not terrible.
It's not, but it is.
It has the balls.
Yeah, those balls are
that
bad
make
news.
you melt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got some
sweet
horror music.
That's horrible. Yeah.
Yeah. But what else is there? That guy though, is he? No, I don't think it's him. There's another guy that I think of when I see him sometimes. He plays the game show host in Mallrats.
Oh.
The one girl's dad, that guy?
Yeah.
I think he was in a movie called like Hank or something where he plays like a psycho. Have you heard of this movie?
Hank?
I want to say Hank or Henry. I think it's called
Oh,
Henry.
yeah. Portrait of a Serial Killer. Yes. Yes.
Is that we
Yep.
should watch that next week.
Oh, that one's a tough one to get through.
It is.
Yeah. But anyways, David Morse, Jack is Elijah Woods' father. Elijah. Lydia's dad. And
Yes.
he comes walking up and
So yeah,
bad news.
yeah. He's got a sad face, and then Elijah Wood has a sad face.
Yep.
And I wasn't sure what to think at this point. Like, I haven't seen this movie probably since the 90s.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what happens here? And I'm like, is that like his stepdad or something? Or is that like, I wasn't sure what happens.
Yeah, the last time I saw this movie was definitely on VHS. Definitely.
I remember those.
Yeah. But yeah, it's
What do you put VHS in?
a VHS player.
Wrong. VCR.
What's a VCR?
That's what you call the VHS player. It was called a VCR.
Oh,
I couldn't tell you what VCR stands for, but that's what they were called.
video corruption recorder.
Video corruption rehabilitator. Video eat your fucking tapes if it gets too old thing.
No,
And
you
ruin your
remember
Star Wars.
they made like devices specifically just to rewind tapes.
Oh yeah, it was like a small box. You just put it
Yeah,
and go.
yeah. They would have them at like Blockbusters.
Yeah.
But they would always tell you, like,
Be kind and rewind.
your local video store would like charge you if you didn't rewind them, but like the Blockbusters had the actual rewinders in there, so you could just pop that thing in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the good old days.
I could go for hours about how I miss fucking video stores. Damn it. Okay, so
Anyways, they go to the hospital, and
it took us 20 minutes to get to a part that happens 2 minutes into the movie.
dear old. That's how we do. That's how we do. Dear old mom is
Not doing well.
not doing so hot.
And Elijah Wood goes in, and he doesn't make any noise. He's being pretty brave about the whole thing,
Yeah.
I gotta say.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you ever see him cry about it. You know, the one scene with the holds her hand and tells her that, you know, she's like, it's gonna be okay. I'll always be with you.
Yep.
And he says, I'm not gonna let you die. And the most abrupt.
Yeah, a
cut.
split second later, they're
at a
standing at her funeral. Mom's dead.
Yeah. It's just like, Jesus.
Yep, they're at the same like Rocky thing, spreading her ashes.
Yep, and then it goes to like the after, you know,
The wake
it'd be after the wake, because it goes wake funeral, then it's like the
after party.
luncheon like thing, like a luncheon kind of thing, or like
The after party.
yeah.
Yeah.
But he's just kind of hanging out, and sees his dad talking to his brother, to his uncle, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's like, I can't leave him now because of what just happened. But then his brother's like, yeah, but if you get this deal done, you'll never have to work again.
Yeah, some sort of deal in Tokyo. It's never really explained what his dad does, but
No.
he's making a deal in Tokyo.
Yep. And I fixed this movie right now. I
Mm.
fixed it. I said, just take him to Tokyo with you. And
Yeah.
the movie's over. And I won. And that's not what happened, though.
Parents didn't bring kids places in the 1990s.
It's true.
They always leave them at home, alone.
Yeah, you could leave an 8-year-old by themselves back
Yeah.
in the 90s,
Yeah.
but never leave an 8-year-old now. You might spend the whole day on the internet.
Sexting and going to jail for 15
Yep,
years.
that just passed House of Representatives.
Yep.
Don't sext, you'll go to jail for 15 years.
Yep. You damn kids. And he decides he is going to make the drive to Maine.
From wherever they were.
Yeah, to spend time with Mark. Some good father-son bonding.
But it doesn't really happen that way.
No.
Mark never really opens up to him about anything, and it seems like he believes in reincarnation.
plays his Game Boy.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's something that comes up like a few times where Mark believes that his mom is going to be reincarnated as something.
Or come back.
Yeah.
You know, she's going to come back
Yeah.
to him somehow.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a common theme with this little boy.
Mm.
Well, they get to Maine.
Yep. And they meet.
The brother, I can't remember, was his name Roy? No, Walter.
Walter is the dad.
Yep. And the girl, Connie.
Wallace?
Wallace and Connie.
Yeah. Connie's the daughter.
Yep. And so Connie gets to show kid around the house.
Susan is the mom.
Yep. And then you see this little boy go like hang over railing with the scary mask on. And that's Macaulay
Yeah, it's like
Culkin.
a paper mache type mask.
It's creepy.
Yeah.
And then he comes downstairs and gives him one.
Mm. And they kind of stare at each other, like very, very close, face to face,
Yeah,
wearing these masks.
It was weird.
Yeah, it's kind of a little bit goofy.
Yep. And then
Something's off about these kids.
then what happens? Is this when Dad leaves? And then they have their
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
They have their goodbye.
Yeah.
Elijah Wood and David Morse.
Yep.
They hug, and Elijah Wood says he loves them.
Yep. So I think it's the next morning. Henry is like outside already, kind of yelling to Mark. So Mark gets up, and as he's walking out of the room, he sees an open door. So he goes to investigate, and it's like a
Kids room.
Yeah, a bunch of like stuffed animals, toys all over the place.
And he kind of thought it was weird.
Yeah.
Like he kind of looks at it and like, what's this?
Yeah, and then he backs out and closes the door.
Yep. Goes
Then they
downstairs,
Yep.
has some breakfast with the mom,
Yep,
and then
they go play.
they go play.
They go to this tree house, and the little sister is with them, and this tree house. Now, I don't know if this tree house is actually all the way up there, but it seems like quite a distance for a tree house.
Yeah, I mean, like it seems like it's like 50 feet in the air.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's like 10 stories up.
And like the last, like to actually get up there, there's not a very convenient way to get up there. You kind of have to like,
Yeah, like really pull yourself up.
yeah, it's very dangerous.
We see that it's dangerous because as Mark walks out onto this one like branch that's on this dead tree that there's forks on, it breaks.
Yep.
And he falls, but he's caught at the last second. And
Right.
Henry's got him. He's like, if I just let you go right now, would you fly? And then he pulls him up.
Your first kind of sign that Henry is a little bit,
Dead behind the eyes.
yeah, sociopath.
But then, they lay down on the thing next to the other, and they've become friends really
Yeah,
fast.
yeah. I mean, they're a couple of just normal
Kids.
boys.
Then what do?
Then they go and they. Now, it seems like this is like an abandoned warehouse.
Yeah.
But. So they're throwing rocks at all the windows, breaking windows, and then some dude shows up and chases them off.
Yep.
So it's like, is this not abandoned? Is this just like.
It might be on some factory's property, and
Sure.
it might be. I mean, you could speculate anything about it.
Yeah.
My guess is the best. Given the information provided, that guy owns the land that it's on and still uses it for whatever.
Yeah.
Chases him out of there.
Yep. Then they go to like this well, very reminiscent of Samara.
Mm-hmm.
And
He pulls a little box. That's awesome. He pulls like
Yeah,
a
he
box
has
out of there.
a box like hidden in the inside bricks of the well. It's weird, but he pulls out a cigarette.
He's got smokes.
Yep. Makes Mark take a puff. And
Yeah, but like this is like where you start to see more of Henry's like, and like Mark says, no, those give you cancer, and his mom just died of what I guess is cancer.
Yeah.
And Henry's like, "You're gonna die anyways." And I was just like, "Fuck."
Yeah.
8-year-olds should not talk like that.
Yeah, and he talks about how his brother died.
Yep.
He drowned in a bathtub.
Well, he talks about how he starts asking Mark if like, did you get to see your mom after she died?
Oh, that's right.
He said no, they wouldn't let me. He goes, oh, you should have done it. You should have made them let you because that's important.
Right.
And he talks about how he likes death and thinks it's scientific. Like he saw his brother and he was all blue because his brother had a drowning accident.
Yep.
And so he did it
No.
immediately.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he killed his brother.
Yep.
But it gets a little heated though, and they kind of threaten each other, and he was like, "I'll throw you down this well," and blah blah blah. He's like, "Try me," blah blah blah. Then Macaulay Culkin's character Henry's like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, I went too far." Then they shook hands and they were friends again.
Yep. And then as they're walking back, this runaway pit bull comes chasing after them.
Yep.
And they make it over the gate.
It's like a bridge.
Yeah.
They cross the bridge, shut the gate, and then
The dog like jumps up and is like barking like fiercely at them, and Macaulay Culkin just like stands in front like maybe a foot away, less than a foot away, about a foot away, and like barks back at this dog.
Yeah.
For like a minute.
Until Mark finally gets him to leave. So they leave.
Yep. Then Henry takes Mark to this like shed where it's like Henry's shed. Like this is where Henry kind of
goes.
He has his bad stuff there.
Yeah. Well, what's he building in there?
He has this like this bolt
thrower. That's what I'm gonna call it. Bolt thrower.
Sure.
It throws bolts. Yeah. I mean, I'm not talking like little bolts. I'm talking like almost like train spikes.
Yeah.
Like track ties or whatever they're called.
I'm gonna sneeze.
Do it. Here it comes. Did you fart first?
No.
Oh.
That was my chair. No, I don't gotta sneeze. Oh, that was so disappointing.
Just pull a nose hair or something. That'll make you sneeze. Just get one. Just get a little yanker. Even if it doesn't come out, that a little bit of pain, that'll make you sneeze.
All right. I'm fine. So they see this cat lingering outside.
Yeah, they're going to fire this thing.
Yep. And Henry's like, or Mark's like, you're just going to scare it, right? And
he goes, yeah.
Yeah.
So he shoots at the cat.
Shoots the bolt and it goes right above it. And sticks in the tree, and he's like...
And Mark's like, oh, I can't believe it worked. That's awesome. But, Macaulay Culkin with his creepy face like, yeah, but the sights are still a little off.
Yep. So,
he was trying to shoot that cat.
He was trying to impale that cat. Then... the next piece of carnage, Henry shows Mark this paper mache.
The Highwayman.
Mr. Highway.
Mr. Highway, that's right.
And it looks like the masks that Macaulay Culkin originally had.
Yep,
but it's like a whole figure, like a whole human figure doll.
Yeah.
And they take this thing out to an overpass.
Drop it in oncoming traffic.
Yeah, very, very smart move. That's always a good thing to happen.
Causes a 10-car pileup, then they run for their lives because they're in trouble.
Yep.
Henry's laughing about this whole thing. What's wrong with you? And Mark is not happy about this, and then they hide in like a drain pipe.
Yep.
And that's where you get Henry's speech about how once you realize you can do anything you want, you can fly. Makes reference to flying again.
Yeah. So Henry is clearly a sociopath.
Yep,
like
he's batshit.
He has no empathy towards anyone or anything.
He's crazy.
Yep. Then
Well, they get back, and he thinks that he figures out that Mark's gonna go tell what happened.
yeah. Well, so I'm trying to think of when this actually takes place, but he ends up shooting the dog from earlier.
Way later.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
It's not yet.
I have it in my notes after the cat.
There was way more things that happened.
So a bunch of boring shit happens.
Well, there
where
is some
they're
important
just
stuff. There is a really big important plot part there.
Okay, what is it?
He wants to tell them what happened, and Henry
that's
picks
right.
up on it.
Yeah.
And goes, "You want to go tell, don't you?
Mm.
Why don't we do it together?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, you made me do it because
that's
you're
right.
screwed up
Yep.
because your mom just died and this
Yep.
and that." And so
They're
he
gonna
goes,
tell
"Dad, Mark wants to tell you something," and then Mark just runs upstairs.
Yeah.
He hasn't been himself lately. I'm gonna go check on him. And
Yeah,
it's
so
Kevin McAllister voice.
yeah, Henry starts planting the seed that like Mark is having a difficult time dealing with the loss of his mom.
Yep. So he's not only a sociopath, he's fucking clever.
Yeah, yeah. And then they shoot the dog. Well, Mark shoots the dog with the bolt gun.
Yeah, because they were still friends at this point.
Yeah, because they end up taking the dog's body and dumping it down the well.
Yeah, but like they were still happy working together on this gun.
Hmm.
Maybe that happened before that scene where he's gonna go tell on him.
I think it did.
Okay, because that makes sense because they're still friends.
Because Mark goes to tell the dad after the Mr. Highway incident.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they shoot the dog.
Yep.
Then they dump the dog in the well, and this is where he starts planting the seeds that Mark's crazy, but it's really not Mark.
No.
But
And so
Mark is also talking to a shrink at this point.
yes, Miss Dumbledore,
Sure, and so it's pretty typical at first.
Davendor. Davenport.
Yeah, but he comes to her later and asks if what does she think about people being evil, and she doesn't believe in evil people.
Hmm.
And then Elijah Wood looks at her and says, "Well, you should," which makes him look like he's the evil one. Though.
Yeah.
It's it's like.
And so now I can't think of, was there a specific thing that Henry did that showed Mark that he was going to go after his sister? Henry's sister, Connie?
So what happens is they're at breakfast.
Hmm.
And they're not friends anymore at this point.
Right.
And Henry says to them that Mark wants to sleep in Richard's room,
That's right.
the son who had drowned.
Yep.
And the mother's like, no, she's not ready to give this room up yet. She left it just the way it was when he was a little baby.
Yeah, and they have this like very personal like argument, like
About because like the dad's saying, you need to let this go, and you need to face this, and she's like, I face this every day.
Yeah.
You're the one that keeps forgetting, and it's like this really hard conversation, but they're having it in front of the kids.
Yeah.
But the whole time Mark's like, I didn't say this. I didn't say this, and this and that. And Kato,
Don't frickin' eat wood chips.
is that wood chips on the floor?
Crazy. Don't do it.
You got herbivore dogs. You got vegetarian ass dogs. But so then they have that whole fight, but the parents are going out to eat, and they're going to play hide and seek.
Yep.
And I know why this happens. This is what happens. Okay. Mark starts having a good time with Connie. They're putting puzzles together. He's being kind of like a big brother to her, and dude's getting jealous about it. And then he kind of confronts him. I know you like my sister, and blah blah blah, and whatever he's saying. And then they're playing hide and seek, and it's like, I'm gonna find her first. And Mark's convinced that he's gonna hurt her. And so he's running around screaming, looking for her. They have a good time, and she's like, "Well, let's play again." And Mark's like, "No, why don't I read you a book so you can go to sleep?" And then Connie's like, Henry's like, well, she said she wanted to play again. She goes, no, I can choose what I want. I want to go read a book.
Yeah.
And then she calls him some name that came up earlier, and then they go read a book.
Yep. And then, so this is where really, like, the whole Henry starts psychologically, like, torturing Mark. Because he's like, what, are you going to stay up all night watching her? And then Mark wakes up the next morning.
She's gone.
Yep.
Because he took her ice skating, and he knows what's happening.
Oh, yeah.
So he runs to the thing, and sure as shit, they're skating in circles, and Henry whips her ass into a thin ice area, and she falls, goes to stand up, falls through the ice.
Yes.
Everybody backs up, and Macaulay Culkin goes over there, and he just, like, lazily reaches for her and doesn't actually reach for her and lets her.
Just makes it look like he's, like, reaching out to her, but no.
He's not.
Not at all.
Then she goes under the ice, and you see her under the ice, and these two dudes go out there with axes and just hammer the ice and get her out of there.
I was wondering about this scene. Because it's like, was that really the safest thing to do? To pound an axe, like, right over where she is?
I think it's off to the side. I mean, they wouldn't obviously... I mean, if you had a person under the ice here, right?
Hey, camera. Here, you wouldn't take that axe and go like this. They're probably trying to chop around her.
It was already a thin ice area. I'm surprised they didn't fall on themselves banging it at this thing. What I don't like is that that nobody went out on the ice when he couldn't get her.
Yeah.
And then the other thing was that she like got sucked under. It was a small lake. There wouldn't be a current like that. I don't think that would suck you under.
Yeah, but she had ice skates on, so she was having a hard time staying afloat to begin with.
Because she's sitting there reaching, so she's not using both her arms to. Because you can tread water with just your arms. But when you're panicking, I can understand that not being, not being a deal. So, after all that, they go to the hospital. Everybody's fine. Mark knows that.
Yeah, and Mark tries telling the mom,
and she slaps the shit out of him.
Yes. But it plants a seed of doubt in her mind.
Yeah, and she starts to see it because first, he goes to check on his sister, Henry, and she catches him. What are you doing? I was just going to check on my sister, and whatever. And she's like, "Don't wake her up,"
Yeah.
And then there's what's after that? Is that when he catches him in the kitchen?
No, Mark calls his dad.
Oh, that's
as like,
right.
You need to come here, come get me, like something. Henry is.
And he says, talk to your shrink.
Yeah.
Then he goes in the house, and the shrink's already there talking to Henry. Henry's like, Henry just wants to help. No, he's the one that's doing it. Blah, blah, blah. And he runs off or something.
Now, I can't remember exactly where this line comes in, but it's the most memorable thing to me about this movie because when I was a kid, I was 8 when this came out, and to me, like, Macaulay Culkin was the Kevin McAllister. Like, he was Home Alone. Like, that's how I knew Macaulay Culkin. So you get Macaulay Culkin going, Mark, don't fuck with me.
Yeah.
And it's like, Macaulay Culkin just said fuck. Craziness.
Yeah, that's about right in the timing. I think that happens, and then it's like late one night, and Mark catches Henry by the food, and he figures that he poisoned all the food. So he flips out.
He sort of says, like, what, did I poison all this food?
So he starts grinding all the food up in the trash compactor.
Yep.
He's just like flipping out, then they drag him away from there. And that plants more of a seed of doubt in that mother's head.
Yes.
And she goes off and goes into the shed and finds a rubber ducky that was Richard's, and she had been looking for it. And they have a conversation about that. And then they fight over Henry and the mother fight over the duck, and he runs off.
Yeah, because she asks him, like, how he had this duck, because she tells him, like, you knew I was looking for this thing.
Yeah.
why
And he
wouldn't...
said it was mine first.
Yeah.
So obviously there's like a jealousy there.
Yep.
And so the sociopath kind of goes out the window a little bit. Because there's now you got a little bit of a motive. He's not just doing these things because now you see a little bit of motive there. He was like a jealous little kid or whatever.
Yep.
And
he goes, well, can I have it back? And the mom's like, no, you can't have it back.
And he flips out.
Yep, tries to grab it and goes running off towards the cliffs.
Yep. And then
she gets to the edge of the cliff and he's
Mark sees
not
all this
there.
happen.
Yeah,
He breaks out because they were locked him up.
Yes,
because he tried to kill. He had a knife to, or the scissor to Henry.
Yes.
So they lock him up. He breaks out.
Yeah, he throws a chair through the window,
and he's running over for this thing.
Yep.
So yeah, she catches up to him on the rock, and then there's like some transaction of words there, and she figures out that he killed Richard. And then something happens, and he pushes her. Right.
Well, so he doesn't straight up tell her that he killed him.
Yeah.
But he goes like, well, what if I did?
And then she said, well, we would get you help then.
Yeah.
Like it was cool that like the idea that, I mean, it's been pretty much revealed that he did it.
Yeah.
Right. And she just figured out, and her first reaction isn't choke him to death. It's well, then we're going to get you help.
Yep.
Which is cool actually. Like seeing that she's, because the husband kind of treats her like she's like this being, that she needs to get over this thing, this and that. She is over it. She's just not ready to let go.
Right.
But she's of like a sound mind, like to think, to have this room, this museum to her dead child, and then now finding out that he killed him.
Yeah.
And by just basically letting him stay up there instead of watching him or something. She wants to get him help. She still loves her son despite this, and so it's kind of cool actually. As far as like if a human character goes, not
sure,
like her how she's written, but like a person having that kind of
whatever.
But
and he's like, no, you're gonna send me away to one of those places, and yeah, I think then is when he like pushes her off.
Yeah, and she kind of like slides down the side, but gets caught.
Yeah,
and then he stands over and he's like, and she's like, Henry, she's like, what, Mom?
Yeah, he's got a big rock.
Big rock, throw it on her. But then you see Elijah Wood, Elijah, come over and just like
tackle
him. Then they're fighting up there. I'm gonna kill you. Blah, blah, blah. They're fighting up there, and she crawls back up to the top.
Yep.
She gets to the top, but they're about to roll off the edge.
Yes.
And she gets to the top. And she catches them both.
Yep, one in each hand.
Yep. And she's got a better grip on Henry than she does on Elijah Wood.
Yep. And Henry's all going like, I love you, Mom. Like,
please, Mommy, help me. I love you.
Yeah.
And Mark's slipping more and more.
Yep.
And like, this scene was like, my stomach. Because like, even though you don't know really what's going to happen, you kind of figure. Like, I guess if you've never seen the movie, it's like, what does she do?
Yeah.
But when she says Henry at one point, she goes, Henry, like, you can tell she's made her decision. She's going to let Henry fall.
Yep.
And let Mark live.
And what's kind of, I mean, it's hard to say that it's sad because, I mean, obviously Henry has done horrible shit like the Mr. Highway incident, killing the dog.
Killing his
but
brother.
you don't necessarily 100% know that he actually did kill his brother.
He tried to kill his sister. Like, actually, in the movie,
Oh,
tried to kill his sister.
Good point. Okay.
Twice.
Yeah.
And so he's crazy. But, I mean, that doesn't mean he can't be helped.
Sure.
There could be, he could be helped still. But the mother makes her decision and says, I mean, why let this innocent boy who tried to save her life die, and then, or her son who killed her other son and tried to kill her daughter.
Yep.
I mean, if that were me, it would be the same. I don't think I would take me just as, if I couldn't, I would try to get them both up. But if I had to choose, I would choose Mark every time.
Yeah.
I mean, just like, God, maybe, I don't know, it'd be tough.
It's your own kid.
I'm trying to put myself in that situation. Like if I was holding one of my kids and like one of my brother's kids or something, and it's like my brother's kid's a fucking psycho, or my kid's the psycho, and I'm like, what do I do? I know. I think I'd just let us all go over.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's what I was thinking in like a realistic situation. They would probably, she would hold on until, they all fell through.
Well, yeah, because you could see like Elijah Wood was not reaching up and trying to grab her coat, which he could have. And I mean, they're light.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have crawled up her arms.
Sure.
And got up there. They would have been like watching them climb that tree. They would have had no problem getting up there, but they need this for the end of the movie.
So she lets Henry go, and he falls brutally to his death, smacks a nice big rock on the bottom, waves kind of take him away. Bloody mess down
so this
there.
is set in Maine, but that's actually in Minnesota.
Yep.
As part of it was in Minnesota.
A nice, cool Minnesota touch. That's why this movie gets my bronze seal of approval.
Only a bronze, huh?
Yes.
I'll see your bronze and call it.
Yes, because
I'd
it's
say bronze.
not a great movie, but I think it does hold up better than most movies of its ilk. Of the early 90s, like...
Now compare it to other early 90s horror flicks. And other early like thrillers.
Yeah.
Like, so if I would give Silence of the Lambs a gold seal of approval.
Definitely.
So I could see this movie getting like a silver maybe from me. I mean, because it's what do the kids say? It hits you in the feels.
Yeah.
When she says Henry in that weak cracking voice, because when she realizes at this point, even though it's not happening yet, there's still like 30 seconds of them struggling.
Yep.
You know she's gonna drop him, and like that scene alone, just like it's like it just hits you. It's just like I mean, it might be more effective, or I'm sorry, impactful on me because I have children. It's just like, what would you do?
Right.
It's like, because you always see things like this. I mean, even in comedies like Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, where the mother of Ray Finkel's like, this is out, and it's just like the parents have like or on Blow. Oh, the mother sucked. She turns her kid in because she's embarrassed by him. But like Ray Liotta's always kind of there for Johnny Depp and Blow, despite him being a fuck up. Because his dad was always a hard worker and tried to teach the kid to be that way. So it's just like your parents are always there for you no matter what. Yep. And so at this point where she makes that decision that like she's like Henry, and it's just like, oh my gosh, she's gonna drop her kid. And it's just like, because it would have been. Think of the ending if she would have dropped Mark instead. Think about that. If they would have done it that way.
Yeah.
And she lets him what does she just go into denial mode at this? I mean, what happens to that family after? I mean, what happens to the family now anyways? But like think if she would have dropped Mark instead. Yeah. So maybe she'll only get the bronze because they didn't take that route that's more hard hitting. And whatever. But
I think they made the right decision. Like I mean,
well, it's the feel good ending.
Yeah.
I mean, as good as you could feel from watching a kid get dropped off a cliff. But I don't know. I think I might go as high as a silver with this one, just because I found it to be very impactful. Okay. I mean, as far as cinematography and all that goes, it's very standard, and nothing like no crazy Kubrick-y shit that I noticed. But in
a way, you could think of like the dissonance of that introduction, where it's like this like feel good family film. Like maybe that is like sort of a way to sort of mess with you.
Well, see, what I like too is the pacing of showing Henry's sociopathy. I really liked it.
Yeah, because it doesn't go from like 0 to 60 instantly. Yeah. It is this progression of madness.
Yeah, that you see. Yeah. And on top of all this, they're child actors.
Yeah. Well, Macaulay Culkin and Elijah Wood.
Yeah.
Like, come on,
I'm gonna go with the silver.
You talked me into it. I'm gonna
give it a silver.
All right.
I'm gonna give it a silver. I liked it. They all acted well. Macaulay Culkin fucking freaks me out. I mean, he was creepy. He was a creepy little kid in that.
Yeah.
And then the "Don't fuck with me" Mark line, just
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Neat.
All right, get at us on Twitter at Scream Fiends. Let us know what you think of The Good Son. If you've seen it, if you have not, it is now inducted into the Silver Seal of Approval Scream Fiends Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Yes. Let us know what we should watch next. What you want us to watch.
Do we have something for next week that we had in mind?
The Rock?
The Rock. I'm gonna look at the runtime on it because if it's over Chipotle time, I'm not gonna bring it. But
Yeah.
if it's within Chipotle time, Tokyo Zombie.
Okay.
It's a little bit.
I wanna.
It's a little more light. It's kind of a comedy, goofy.
I almost wanna get into more movies that like we've never seen before. Either of us have ever seen
Sure.
before.
Have you seen Tokyo Zombie?
No.
No, I have, but I'll tell you, I've seen it once, and it was years ago. I mean, it's newer, but I haven't seen it for years.
All right.
I
I'm
remember
fine.
a wrestling scene.
I'm fine with it.
All right.
All right, 7voltmedia.com. You can check out all the other things that our people do. Zero XP Podcast is the video game podcast. Even though we talk about a whole bunch of video games on this show, that show is actually supposed to be about video games.
Yeah, Zero XP is more about politics now.
Yes,
Zero
Freedom,
XP are a politics show.
Yeah.
This is our new video game show.
Freedom Anime and Professional Wrestling is the Anti-Seinfeld show. Tower Radio is back with Destiny 2 imminently upon us. Jason helms the ship. Tower Radio, the Destiny show.
The Destiny show.
Yeah,
What else is there?
that's about it, right?
Yeah, we got our Twitter and our
Twitter. Patreon.
Patreon
Feel free
to feed us.
to feed us Chipotle. But you do not have to. We will continue providing you with this quality entertainment each and every week, Wednesday or Saturday.
Yeah.
But we would love it if you gave us money.
To feed us.
Chipotle.
Feed us.
Yeah.
It would be fun to shoot some shorts. Like try to make some like cool ass Smith
I agree.
movies.
I agree. I would love to make more content other than just podcast.
I could do cool ass Smith movies.
Hell yeah.
Hey, did you watch the duet yet?
No.
Fuck you.
We need to.
No.
I need to.
It's like 3 minutes long. You need to watch it.
All right. All right. From us at Scream Fiends. So long and
Fuck Ridley Scott.
farewell.